My dear overseas alumni and NITR family and friends who have gathered here today in Orlando, my warm greetings to each and every one of you. Whenever I think of addressing the overseas alumni abroad, and when I am addressing you online, I always feel for once happy that I am addressing you, but sometimes I feel unhappy that I am not there physically before you to feel the emotion that I am speaking to you. And I once again take this opportunity to express myself today of what is happening here on campus at NIT Rourkela and what has really been achieved in this academic year, and then what are the visions that we have for the year ahead of us. And every time, whenever I am addressing the alumni, I always express one thing, which again I would like to reiterate, that the alumni of NIT Rourkela are the identity of the institution, and they are the brand ambassadors spread across the country as well as globe. And your accomplishments, your achievements and your leadership, it gets back to us in many ways and then helps us to grow the higher heights. And then today I would like to share with you one of the prominent features which we have really been proud of and take pride of. And then I would like to share with you the accomplishments which NIT Rourkela has really done in NIRF ranking of 2025. It gives me immense pride and pleasure that we have placed at 13th position amongst the engineering institutions and 7th in planning and architecture, 34th overall in the country, and 2nd amongst all the NITs, and 1st among NITs in research. And my favorite part, because it shows our commitment to the society, is our accomplishments in the sustainable development goals of the institutions, and then we are placed 9th in the country, and NIT Rourkela is the only institution which has been really placed in the top 10 and the sustainable development goals. And then we are the only NITs which are here in this one, and then I take pride in stating that NIT Rourkela has got back its pride of achieving the 2nd position amongst the NITs. Further, I would like to take this opportunity to share with you at another feather in the cap of the achievement of the faculty, students, the staff and everyone. The entire fraternity of NIT Rourkela is the PAIR, that is the Partnership for Accelerated Innovation and Research. This is initiated by Anusandhan Research Foundation of Government of India. And there were 30 institutions which have really pitched for this one. Of the 30 institutions, many institutions were there from IITs and then various other institutions. Of the 30 institutions which have really sent their proposals, only 7 institutions have been really earmarked for this particular PAIR proposal and then being awarded the funding. Of that, 3 are IITs, 1 IIC Bangalore and 2 central universities, and then only 1 NIT, that is NIT Rourkela. Further, in this ANRF-PAIR project, NIT Rourkela has been sanctioned with 90.54 crores, and then the areas which are earmarked, or rather which we have really committed to ANRF-PAIR are energy, environment, health and medical technology, sustainable agriculture. This isn't just a project, it is the leadership role of NIT Rourkela, because the philosophy of this one is that the hub institutions have to really be the leaders, and then there are the spoke institutions which are partner institutions within this particular program. The other thing which I just would like to share and then reiterate and then emphasize is that Government of India, which you all know that it conducts the National Testing Agency conducts JEE every year, and then 12 to 14 lakhs of students take this particular examination across the country. And then this year again, since the year 2022, NIT Rourkela has been given this particular responsibility for the 3rd time. And then this is just because of the accomplishments which we have really achieved in the past, the 2 terms of this JoSAA CSAB seat allocation. And then this again year JoSAA CSAB 2025 that NIT Rourkela has been entrusted with this particular responsibility. This speaks volumes of our commitment to the assigned job, and then it means that we are responsible for the national level undergraduate admission across. It also means that we operate meticulously without any glitch. And then this year again in JoSAA and CSAB there hasn't been any glitch and no court cases. Furthermore, what I would like to add is that DASA, which is usually been entrusted to another institution, this year in 2025, JoSAA, CSAB and DASA, all the three have been really entrusted to NIT Rourkela. I am really proud of the picture that we have really given to the ministry as well as to the society and their parents. When 12 lakh to 14 lakh students are taking the admissions, or rather they participating in JEE entrance examination, and then in that every parent and every child has an expectation that they will get this seat and then there will not be any problem as far as their admissions at NIT Rourkela are concerned. And then I am really proud to express to you that we have once again proven that NIT Rourkela, when whatever it does meticulously, it does without any problem. The consequence of this year's JoSAA, CSAB and DASA admissions at NIT Rourkela has resulted in admissions of 1041 undergraduate students across the country and 841 postgraduate students and 187 PhD and executive PhD students. And then again here NIT Rourkela is the only institution where we have a large number of the students across from different countries. And then the total number of the foreign students on campus are 398, and these are from 13 different countries. And then we have hosted the students from major programs like DASA and ICCR, Study in India and COMPEX. The other highlight which I would like to share with all the NITROAA and then the Overseas Alumni Association is that this year, like every year it happens that the Stanford, the identification of the research accomplishments, 35 of the researchers of our institution are really featured in the Stanford Elsevier top 2% scientists. Of this 35, 33 are the faculty members and then 2 are the research scholars. This is a major achievement, improving our academic visibility and then making our research more apt to the problems of the society. The breakthrough of this year, furthermore, the breakthrough of this year which has resulted out of the research which our faculty and the research scholars have really led forward is that the patents which the institution has really earmarked in this year 2024-25. A patent, black terracotta production process, reducing firing time from 7 days to 2 days. And then healthcare innovations and atrial-led system for more accurate detection of the atrial arrhythmia, a label-free breast cancer biosensor for rapid reagent-free detection, biodegradable packaging from sunflower waste, magnesium-based cathode materials for cobalt-free lithium batteries. These are just a few of what we have really achieved and then they patented from the research of our faculty. Further, we also have taken the patent in AI-driven predictive blood sugar monitoring levels, and we have even collaborated with Sun Yat-sen University on 2 decades of Mauritian climate data. And it gives me immense pride to state that our IC design teams showcased chips for Vikram 32, India's first indigenous 32-bit microprocessor. And our incubation system also stood out this year with winning Bharat Incubator Award 2025. This is by the FTBI, which I presume you all recollect what is the contribution of the FTBI in incubating the ideas of the students as well as the people in and around. Bharat Entrepreneur Award 2025 is once again heralding that NIT Rourkela is open with the open arms, involving the citizens across the country to incubate their ideas at FTBI. And all the incubatees are funded by FTBI so that they can really incubate their ideas for a period nothing less than 2 to 3 years based on the importance of the project and the importance of their proposal. Now, NIT Rourkela has been signing MOUs with many foreign universities, institutions, as well as the industries. The intention of this particular signing of MOU is just not for signing and then as a decorative purposes. Rather, it is contributing in trying to develop the relationship with various faculty members abroad, as well as the industry personnel in the country as well as abroad. Recently, NIT Rourkela has signed an MOU with as a partner institution in TechSmin. This is Technology, Innovation and Exploration in Mining Foundation. This is an initiative by IIT ISM, and then NIT Rourkela is a partner institution in that particular endeavor. Furthermore, NIT Rourkela is realizing its place and placement in the city of Rourkela and then working hard to really make it visible in the society around that one. And then it has signed an MOU with the Rourkela police for technology driven policing and then digital transformation. Rather, in fact, I was really called by the IG of Orissa, the Rourkela Sundargarh area, and then he's accomplished that whatever this particular proposal which we are, the initiative which NIT Rourkela has done, has changed the image of policing in the modern digital era, and then he is really very happy with the association of our faculty members in this particular program to make the city safe and to make the city comfortable. And then recently our faculty members from Life Science have really signed another MOU with the government of Orissa, that is OMBRI, and then this involves a couple of other institutions like ISER, ILS and other advanced marine technologies. These partnerships help extend our research outreach to the industry as well as to the society around us. And then another thing which I would just like to share with you is you all know that our institution NIT Rourkela has been formed in the year 1961 on 15th of August. And then since then it has grown from a small number of 200 to today we have more than 8,500 students on campus, which includes both the undergraduates, postgraduates and research scholars. And then today we have more than 400 faculty members and equal number of non-faculty and their families and other paraphernalia, these staff and other members working for NIT Rourkela. It has now become a house or a city on its own with around 12,000 to 14,000 residents on campus. What has really been having since I took the charge in the year 2022 is that there has been some inadequate residential facilities for our students. And then the unfortunate part which I have shared in my previous addresses also to all my alumni is that the funding towards the development of infrastructure on campus, particularly with respect to the residential facilities on campus, it has not been taken a proper care, it has not been heard seriously, but then only proposal or the suggestion which was given by the government of India was to take loan under the HIFA, which is Higher Education Funding Agency. This is in fact a loan. When you all know that when we take a loan from any bank, it involves two parameters. That means we have got to pay back the principal amount, and as well as we have got to even take the interest rate which is really accrued on the amount which we are really taking. NIT Rourkela has its strength in the IRG, internal revenue generation, which we make every year. We have strength to really sustain something around 300 to 400 crores of the loan from the bank. However, we have really knocked at some the public sector companies, particularly the Coal India Limited, and then I am really so happy and so glad that our alumni working in these particular companies, right, they have heard our clarion call that the girls are really having some residential issues, and then Mahanadi Coalfields alone, the subsidiary of Coal India, which is here in Burla, Mahanadi Coalfields alone has really funded for 2 seaters or 2 blocks of 500-seater girls hostel, and which is something around, one is 42 crores, other is 48 crores, really trying to make it around 100 crores of the funding under corporate social responsibility alone by Mahanadi Coalfields for creating 2 blocks of 500-seater girls hostel. And further, our relentless effort and an initiative, and with the help of our Honorable Minister of Education, we could even get some 38 crores for creating the girls hostel, another 500-seater girls hostel, right, under the economic weaker section, EWS. And then we just wanted to increase the number of girls residential facilities to 2,000, and then we have added another block of 500-seater girls hostel taking loan from HIFA. And then similarly, the intake of boys also has increased, and then this has rather forced us to take loan from the HIFA, through HIFA from Canara Bank for creating 1,000-seater boys hostel. Since the number of faculty and then the corresponding increase in the non-faculty have increased, we have also really chipped out some money from our corpus as well as taken loan from the Canara Bank through HIFA, and then are creating 72-seater, the 72 blocks of 72 flats of the faculty apartments, and then 72 numbers of the non-faculty apartments. And then last of the infrastructure projects, which the new infrastructure projects which I would like to share is that NIT Rourkela teaching community has always been serious about its commitment and then its contribution to the society living around. And you all know that we are in the western part of Orissa, and this is one area where the people who are, the percentage of the people who are living the marginalized society is a substantially higher compared to the any other the city or part of Orissa state. And then our faculty members have realized that a teacher can contribute only in trying to impart education to the students who are deserving students but not having the primary basic education facilities. And then towards this one, they have really called out that why not we create a school on campus apart from the school that we have here on campus, but this school belongs to the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan under the Ministry of Education. And towards this one, our effort once again reaching out to Coal India head office Kolkata, and then trying to really explain the need of education so that the hope of the future is in the children, and then these children, the marginalized children belonging to the marginalized society, they need quality education. And thus with the help of Coal India Limited, and they have sponsored under the corporate social responsibility 38 crores, which is sufficient for starting a one section school. School building is now almost 60% ready, along with the apartments for the faculty, staff as well as the principal's quarters are made ready. One unique feature of this particular school is that it has a multi-purpose hall, which most of the Kendriya Vidyalayas across the country may have or may not have. Not all will be having. So now again we are creating a multi-purpose hall and a assembly ground and then a good playground, so that the objectives of NEP 2020, so that they are implemented right from Balvatika to 12th class, and then they get a holistic development. Apart from education which they get in the classrooms, they also get an opportunity to explore themselves and then test themselves in various platforms, stages as well as grounds. And then one thing which I just would like to really call upon here, all the overseas alumni and then alumni in India also, is that today at NIT Rourkela, we are having the provision for a child to start his or her journey from Balavatika at the age of 3 or 4, and then can leave the portals of NIT Rourkela only after taking a PhD degree. That means from Balvatika to 12th class, clearing JE to BTech, and then clearing GATE to MTech, and then enrolling in PhD, and then leave with a PhD degree to serve the nation. And therefore, I am confident and I am thankful to the faculty, staff and everyone that we are contributing to the dream of the country, that is towards making India. NIT Rourkela has always been taking pride in the graduate outcome of our students. If you just look at the graduate outcome of our students, this year this year has been a year of a greatest success. Around 1,274 plus placements have taken place on campus, and furthermore around 509 internships, and the highest package has been the CTC to the company is 62.44 lakhs per annum, and average salary for the BTechs is at 14.10 lakhs per annum, and MTechs were placed at 13.48 lakhs per annum. The highest internship paid for a student was 1.26 lakh per month, and then this year we have seen something around 733 companies coming on campus for campus placements. What gives me hope that next year our graduate outcome will be far superior to this one is that our extension center at Bhubaneswar is now all set and ready. Only we have got to, in another couple of months, maybe by end of December, that means 2025, the interiors will also be completed, and then the furniture and infrastructure required to start this extension center, it will be really all set and done. So now it is now. Initially it was planned for 3 floors. Further, I got involved in the design and then changed that one to, instead of 3 floors, we made it into 5 floors, and then one entire floor is earmarked for the career development center of our institution, so that whenever there is any problem for any company to come on campus, because Rourkela still suffers the reliable air connectivity. So now one of the companies recently had said that if they have to come to NIT Rourkela, they have got to really spare 3 working days, and these are the 3 paid days which they have got to spend, of which few hours is only the effective hours for the recruitment. So now this is the one bottleneck which is not in our control though, and then to come out of this particular bottleneck, we have created a extension center. Those companies which have difficulty in reaching out to our students at Rourkela on campus, and then our students will go to our extension center in Bhubaneswar. And this is one greatest achievement or accomplishment that NIT Rourkela has made in these couple of years. And then second thing is that another full floor will be, it is earmarked for the incubation and the innovation cell, and to promote the entrepreneurial philosophy or the ecosystem of the country. And therefore it only trying to spread our wings towards involving the young entrepreneurs to come on to our fold, not only just in and around Sundargarh and then Sambalpur, rather the entire state of Orissa, so that this particular center at the innovation center at Bhubaneswar Extension Center becomes absolutely one of the prominent research centers in Bhubaneswar. This has been a landmark year for alumni contributions to NIT Rourkela, and our alumni have made a massive impact in this year. From scholarships to travel grants to research awards to development funds, to involvement has changed. Your involvement has changed lives and strengthened the institution. I just would like to read out a few prominent contributions made by alumni this year. 39 alumni endowment scholarships were awarded last year. In the year 1994 batch, Legacy Travel Grant helped a student attend the 15th International Nanomedicine Conference in Sydney, Australia. And then the 1969 batch students Distress Fund helped the students continue their studies during difficult times in their career at NIT Rourkela. The new Alumni Instituted Awards, just to name a few, and then let me read out those. That is Dr. Vishnu Prasad Das Gold Medal for Civil Engineering, NITR Sportsperson of the Year Award, and NITR Overseas Alumni Association Award, that is Professor L.N. Bhuyan Undergraduate Research Award. And a new research award in the memory of Professor R.N. Das Chowdhury is coming up very soon, and it will be available hopefully in the next year. These set standards and these inspire the excellence of the students as well as the associated with NIT Rourkela. We have the initiative of the Dean Alumni Affairs, Professor Himanshu Sahu. It is a big step forward, and it is in fact a joint effort of the institution and the alumni of NIT Alumni Association India as well as the NIT Rourkela Overseas Alumni Association. The members of this NITR-DF has the members from the institution as well as NITROAA and NITROAA. It is launched in the last year and with an aim to raise 60 crores over a period of 3 years. And I wish to take this opportunity to acknowledge the first major contribution made by the class of 1998 to NITR Development Fund. They have contributed over this 50 lakhs to procure high-end equipment to support research at NIT Rourkela, and then this development fund has allocated this fund for the procurement of differential thermal analysis, thermal gravitometry analyzer to be installed in Central Research Facility. This facility, by keeping it, housing it in Central Research Facility, we only mean that every department, all the 20 departments on campus can make use of this facility available at CRF, that is Central Research Facility. And the classes of 91, 92, 99 and 2015 have also pledged 1 crore, and the class of 1999 has already deposited their first installment. This level of alumni contribution is extraordinary and calls for my thanks and wholeheartedly for your connect with your alma mater. It all motivates everyone back at the institution. Looking ahead, we have a few requirements as a part of our vision for NIT Rourkela's journey into the next decade. Because unlike the industrial development which has really happened in the last few decades, the time involved for the industrial revolution that to take place, it used to be generally a decade. But then now it is taking a year or even less than a year for the industry to really make a great revolutionary change with the advent of digital technology. And all of you know across the globe, right? You all know, we all know very well that artificial intelligence, I am not really debating here whether artificial intelligence is greater or superior or human intelligence is greater or superior. But then today the world is looking through the lens of artificial intelligence, and then many other associated things like machine learning, big data analytics and then 3D printing have in fact started changing this scenario. The landscape of industry and educational institutions are not really spared in this one. So now the call which I am making through this particular forum in the lands of Orlando of Florida is that NIT Rourkela has a vision to really upgrade its central research facility. This central research facility, it was having the name of Institution Research Facility created by the previous directors. It has been rechristened as a central research facility, and then we are trying to chip out around 80 crores over a period of 3 to 4 years at a rate of 20 crores per year or little less than that one per year to augment the existing research facilities. But then what we are having a gap or a vacuum is about our data center. The data center is more than 13 to 15 years old. The switches and then the consoles are even various other the paraphernalia things which are there housed in our data center are absolutely obsolete in the present scenario. But still we are relying on that one. Every day my faculty in charges who are associated with this computer informatics center, they remind me on a daily basis, sir, today we are fine and we are not sure whether we will be fine tomorrow. If it crashes and then NIT Rourkela loses every single information which has been stored in the servers which are absolutely obsolete. Okay. So here We made a detailed analysis and then detailed calculation of how much we require, what infrastructure we require. It is amounting to something, nothing less than 45 crores. Here again, I am knocking at NIT Overseas Alumni Association as well as NITROAA also. Whatever the little that you can contribute towards this endeavor, I will reach out to the industries, I will reach out to IT industries, I will reach out to ministry, I will reach out to every other. No stone will be unturned to gather this requirement, because of all the requirements of for the next 5 years, this data center requirement is of utmost importance. There is a clarion call, emergency call to create this particular center. Apart from that one, most of the institutions, rather almost all the IITs have high performing computing facilities, HPC centers. And then NIT Trichy also has one. And then when I was in NIT Rourkela, I have also created this HPC center at Rourkela. We have, but then again, these are a decade-old systems. Decade-old systems in this generation, right, where AI is really there in every part of our life. These are absolutely obsolete systems that we have, but still languishing. And asking the faculty members and research scholars to do a magical research using this equipment means asking for more than what they can really contribute. So here again, we are looking for some contribution for the high performance computing facilities. Right? You all have realized that scholarships always help the students achieve or fulfill their dreams, and then your constant support on the releasing more scholarships or even the more distressed ones will always be saving a few deserving candidates and their career. And we all know that NIT Rourkela under the leadership and then vision and commitment of Professor Himanshu Sahu, we have been really the only NIT to have been ranked 9th in the country in the Sustainable Development Goals. So now it means that for the next year, to maintain this one, to sustain this particular rank, we have got to showcase something different, and that is creating the solar corridor on campus. So now it's always essential to have a dream, and then to make the dreams fulfill, I think we need the helping hand from the industries as well as from the alumni. This is where you are. This is where our alumni play a transformative role. You are present in some of the world's best universities. You are present in some of the best well-known popular laboratories abroad as well as India. You are present in many companies, and you have the industry network. Your voice carries weight. Your recommendations open doors of hope and assurance. Your achievements shine light back on your alma mater. What you share on LinkedIn, what you discuss at conferences, what you highlight in your professional circles, all of it adds to NIT Rourkela's global initiative and global identity. They help in making our dreams come true. In my closing remarks and the message, I just would like to express a few words. My heartfelt thanks to every one of you here, gathered here in Orlando. Thank you for carrying NIT Rourkela in your hearts, and for your support, and for your ideas, and for your generosity, and for contributing to make this institution proud, and to make this institution achieve. Let's keep working together, building bridges of knowledge, building bridges of innovation and collaboration that will keep NIT Rourkela shining on global stage. Enjoy the convention, connect with the old friends, make new ones, and please keep us in your ideas and keep us in your memories. And please do not forget your alma mater. Your alma mater, in a way, is really rocking. Thank you very much for this opportunity to address you online. Namaskar, Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.